It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC North foes. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Coming up next.
Let's go, fellas.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Alongside my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and this is a matchup, Brock, that we may see many, many times in the future of this league. A couple of rookie starters leading their offenses at quarterback.
And that really does make it a measuring stick game for both of them, Kate. Rookie quarterbacks in the draft, they're always linked to each other. From the moment they're tabbed, the starters in their first season. And then when you get to look across and you get to play one, you know that both of them want to be the one who leads their guys to a win, because that's a victory that'll be talked about, well, for the rest of their rookie season and beyond.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
All J.J. has ever done in his career, no matter where he's been, is win. And there is something to that. I know at times it's hard to measure how much of it was him, how much of it the people around him. Most importantly, just ask his teammates over the years. They love playing with him. That is a characteristic that's important, and I don't think talked about it.
It's a Minnesota touchdown! The Vikings take a 6-0 lead right away. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. Almost feel bad for those fans who went to get food before finding their seats here, Brock. While they're waiting in line, we got a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
Now, I gotta sense a few of them were scooting towards the tunnel to see what the roar was all about.
Yep.
Just like this guy scooted for the explosive touchdown.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Tyler Scott now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Kate, this is one of those situations where a quarterback has just got to say to himself, poised. Be poised. Yeah, your team just gave up a big blow on the other side, and you don't have to get it all back in one play like they just did. You got to go out there with poise to do your job and go lead your team. That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there, and there's nothing this defense can do.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake, Williams. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Williams on the play action. That one's complete, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bears first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
First and 10 from the 41. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Moore's got it. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And they'll stop him after a minimal gain, down to about the 36. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Now for the second time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds. The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Addison going to motion over left. Second down carry for Jones. And this one does not go far. They made it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. Good little rip there, looks like about 6. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
From the gun, Jones gets it. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. The Bears offense out there for their 2nd drive of the contest. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. Rolling left, buying some time. Now he takes it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down, Williams. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 43. This one taken in by Zacchaeus. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. They are on the counter with Swift. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Simply nowhere to go on that counter play, Kate. Backside defenders took away one side, and they overwhelmed the blocking right in the middle.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Going to run again with Swift. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Chicago first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down throw by Williams. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And now it's 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Williams throwing again here on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You've heard that very common term in draft vernacular called catching radius. Let me tell you, as a quarterback, you love tight ends on drag routes because that catching radius for such a big target, then you see him, you eye him, and there's a comfort level between QB and tight end to make that connection.
And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. 7-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Cut out left. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Running behind center with Swift. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Staying grounded with Swift. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. It's a design boot. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Williams from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Bears can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears tie this game 7-7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Ty Chandler to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. Now their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. They'll cobble together a yard there. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Jones reels it in. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down, ready to turn it into a negative play.
Third and long for him here. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Ryan Wright on to punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Bears football. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Williams. Has his man, it's Odunze. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Second and 6 coming up here. They run with Swift. This is ahead for about 5. Harrison Smith in on the stop. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Throwing now, off play action. Complete beyond the marker. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run, break tackles, and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Hits his target, that's Durham Smythe. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
They're set up at the 35 now. Williams to throw on first. Short pass brought in. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
First down, here's Swift. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Looking for a pass on second and short. This one's caught. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. Swift has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears take a second quarter lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Chandler now on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. They've stalled out since that first touchdown, Brock, while their opponents have done the opposite. They've heated up, and their original 7-point lead, now a deficit of 7. First and 10, here's Jones. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Vikings with some work to do, trailing in this game. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 38. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Reichert on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings tie things up at 14. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Devin Duvernay to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Now here's Williams. Able to get it to Moore. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Chicago first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Offense to the line for second down. Trying again following the sack. Hits him on the in route. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now Williams. He has the first over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down, Williams. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so second down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game.
You know, Kate, so often they say the defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, right, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role in helping take the ball away.
The Vikings and receiver Jordan Addison getting set for this next drive. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Has a man, Justin Jefferson. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. This time they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball at the 33 for first down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Throwing for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Kevin Byard comes up with it. We've reached halftime of what's been an entertaining one so far. 14-all is our score. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Here's Duvernay on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chicago offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Williams from the gun. That's into the hands of Moore. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throwing now from the gun. Hauled in left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
1st and 10 from the 41. Williams set to pass. Has the connection to Odunze. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Williams on the play action. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
3rd down. Here's Williams. Pass caught by Adunze. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Offense set for a 1st and 10. They'll run now with Swift. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. And he'll go down here at the 16. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Williams to throw on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. Call it a 70-yard pickup, and they're just a yard away now on 2nd and goal.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Swift does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Williams will look to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst, and that defender does it.
And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears take the lead right away in half number 2. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Chandler now on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Vikings and their QB, J.J. McCarthy, returning to the field on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also, he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Jones once more. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Javon Dexter escorted him to the ground. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That's caught for the first. And he's out of bounds past midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Able to find Hawkinson. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Running right, this is Jones. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now McCarthy. Moore's got it. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings start the 2nd half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings tie this game at 21. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Getting out to his left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, in baseball, they call tip of the cap. I'll tip my cap at that pitcher. I'll tip my cap at that guy that just outdueled me. And sometimes as a QB, against a rush like that, you just tip your cap and you take the sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Completed over the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And this one's away and looking good. Nice angle on this one, headed towards the sideline. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. The Vikings taking the field on offense. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the set. Hutchinson reels it in. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's all knotted up at 21. Plenty of scoring here as we begin the final quarter. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Here's McCarthy to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. Man, it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they could still do their damage.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Third and a lone yard coming up. Out of the pistol, Williams. He has the first over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. New set of downs for him from the 46. And quick to the left, it's caught. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. On the carry, it's Swift. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. He got 5, and now it's going to be...
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign Well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this third down. Toward the sideline, and he's got more. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the first.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
First down throw by Williams. Finds a man right side. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Second down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, Williams. He's got a man left. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Now a give to Swift. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
It's a design boot. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. Looking to throw. Has the connection to Smythe. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. He's going to field this at the 2. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Vikings offense back to the field now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Second down carry for Jones. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Back to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way They were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
Chase down to his right. And he's out of bounds. That is not going to be enough. He made a bid for it, but he was a couple yards short. That's a turnover. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And their last drive did end in... Kevin O'Connell not happy with the officials at the moment. The challenge flag is out. Well, I certainly don't envy the officials here. A lot of times, Brock, it can be so tough to have the right angle to get a perfect spot on that football.
Yeah, how they do it, I just marvel at it. A bunch of years ago, I got to do and be an official, a side judge for a spring game.
How'd that go?
Not well, because things happen so fast, and I really do. I marvel at more often than not how good these officials are at spotting the ball.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. They run the counter with Swift. And he rips off 8 yards on the final play before our 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Going run again with Swift. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. The drive picks up here. 1st and 10. Running behind center with Swift. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Staying grounded with Swift. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Going to be a victory for the Bears as they drop to a knee here.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bears come away with the win. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Bears winners, as we say so long from Chicago.